Yesterday was a huge day for ADA, a huge day for the crypto market. And I don't necessarily mean in terms of yesterday's price, but what I mean is we just did a historic breakout, one that leads the crypto market on these major runs that we've seen in the past. This is where ADA tends to perform its best. I'm not trying to get too excited about this yet, but we do need to talk about this as well as what the capital flows are looking like currently. They have actually changed to the tune of 350%. This is a huge deal, guys. And we also need to talk about exchange supply in terms of BTC because it's hitting some historic lows. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So, yep, yesterday was a good day for ADA. And in terms of price, we closed our daily candle up 1.5%. It was a great bounce back day across the crypto space. And, you know, to begin the day, we had started dropping. We actually fell down to about the 62 and change cent range. And why we were dropping was, again, the stock market pre-market hours, it was bleeding. We saw a lot of red again, people freaking out, and the crypto market was moving the same direction. But then we got our jobs report. We got that hint of excitement like we were talking about. We saw jobs market remain robust. We actually saw 228,000 jobs added in the month of March. Gosh, I forgot what month we're in the month of March. And we saw unemployment on the rise. So what you're seeing is the jobs market remain robust, but you're seeing unemployment tick up, which is a good sign because, again, this is what is necessary for us to get to interest rate decreases. So check, good news. And crypto started pumping on this. What's very interesting is that the stock market continued to drop and crater through the day. I believe it was another $1 trillion+ bleed day. But what I found was very interesting was actually that the prior day was the largest day of retail adding in the stock market in over a decade. So we're seeing some very good signs from retail. People are actively buying these huge discounts across the crypto market. They're buying across the stock market. These are great signs. What I think is very interesting here is there was this decorrelation between crypto and the stock market yesterday. And the only time that this usually happens is when the crypto market is preparing for a big run. In fact, when we look at the BTC US 500 chart, we had a major breakout yesterday. Okay. Now, why this is so significant, why this is important is look back at our past breakouts. We saw one back here in the early part of latter part of October, early part of November of 2024. We know what happened following that. This chart went on a 50+% run. All right. Take a look back here again. October 2023, we know what happened then. The bull market started, right? There is this series of historic breakouts on these trends that lead the crypto market on these absolutely insane parabolic runs that everything partakes in. This could be, frankly, the moment where the crypto market starts to do the opposite of what the stock market is doing. This could be the moment where we had our inflection point, like we talked about yesterday, and things start running. If you don't believe me, if you need more signs, well, let's just take a look at what capital flows are doing. So what we've actually seen in just the past 2 weeks, capital inflows to exchanges have surged by 350%. So they jumped from $1.82 billion to $8.20 billion. So you're seeing a lot of capital actually flock into the crypto market right now. May not be entering the charts quite yet, but this is why we're seeing, again, USDT dominance remain high. There's a lot of capital that's parked on the sidelines ready to buy, but they are slowly but surely buying. It's why prices are being defended. It's why people are picking up discounts. I mean, these are great signs for ADA, great signs for the crypto market. I mean, again, we talked about ADA bucking the overall market trend. I think was that yesterday? I think yesterday we talked about that. And this is a great sign. ADA is showing you that it wants to run, that there is excitement surrounding it, even from the capital in the space right now. But really where ADA tends to perform its best is when we are going on these massive runs, these massive breakouts in crypto. So we may be actually be preparing for this major move, this major breakout across the crypto space. And again, the big thing I want to refer back to is this total market cap, right? We did have our little bit of breakout. We came back down. We retested the bottom of this trend, confirmed actually a little bit higher of a low here. So again, we're loading, like right now, we're in this big load up phase in the crypto space. People are actively buying the dips. Whales have been heavily accumulating. And I did have a question about this yesterday in terms of the whale additions. So here's the thing. what Ollie charts, which is what a lot of people reference in terms of whale data, what he does is he posts selective pieces of data. All right. So yes, there were whales that unloaded that hold between 1 million to 10 million ADA over the series of a day or two. But the whales that held 10 million to 100 million ADA have been actively accumulating. Those that hold between 100 million ADA to 1 billion ADA have been actively accumulating. So whales overall have been accumulating. Retail has been accumulating. So during these times, this is why we're setting such a strong force, such a strong launch pad for this next leg in the crypto space. But what I really think is getting interesting is we're seeing supply available in the crypto market just absolutely crater. And I think that this is where you could see the biggest impact, a major supply shock across the space. What I found very interesting is that BTC supply on exchanges has actually reached the lowest levels it's seen since November of 2018. So we're talking almost 7 years ago. So this is one of the lowest ratios we have seen to BTC supply and exchanges to supply in a very long period of time. This, where you're talking about probably 2017. Okay. So all this demand keeps hitting the crypto market, and we're kind of in the perfect spot right now. And again, I'm not saying that, today is the day that we absolutely blast off and just start running. Sometimes there's little bitty retests on here, right? Breakout, a little bit of retest, and then we went. Breakout, a little bit of retest, then we went. This might be exactly what we see, right? A little bit of retest, come down, and then away we go. We talked about April possibly being that moment where the crypto market takes off. In fact, when we look at ADA, let me go back to the ADA chart. When we look back at our ADA trend line, the one that was mimicking last summer, what I find very interesting about this is it shows some sideways, some chop that we're continuing to basically follow. And then guess what? Mid to latter part of April shows that if we follow that exact trend, we have our moment that ADA just decides to send and try to break its long-term trend that's been playing out since the bear market cycle. So this is very fascinating stuff. It's very exciting to see that, the capital is doing the right things. Whales are defending price the way they are. BTC making some historic moves versus the stock market right now. We're in probably the best spot we could be currently. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you think comes next? But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.